Honorable, let me welcome you to the conversation.
Thank you very much.
It's good to see your face again.
Good to see you again.
Well, the much anticipated presidential election has come and gone, and a winner has emerged, talking about the APC presidential candidate, who is now the president-elect, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But since after that Saturday election, other political parties that contested for that presidential election have been vocal that the election was rigged. In fact, more especially, the Labour Party has been speaking that they were massively rigged out of the election they were supposed to have won. Why is your party making such statement?
It's unfortunate what happened on Saturday. The truth is that Nigerians are not happy. It's not about Labour Party, it's about Nigerians. Nigerians are not happy at the moment because the system itself failed the people. We're not even talking about the winner now. We're talking about the system that produced the winner. The system that has promised Nigeria to produce a president has failed the people. When I use the word system, I mean the institution called INEC. All of us were in the race. We campaigned. We toured around the country. We told Nigerians what we have to offer. And Nigerians believed in us. And we all got prepared for the election day. INEC, the umpire that supervised the process, promised Nigerians that they will give us free, fair, credible, and transparent election with the new Electoral Act signed in 2022 by Mr. President. And Mr. President himself has also come out to assure Nigerians before the election that he wants to leave a legacy of free, fair, and transparent election. I think those are the words that boosted Nigerians from the days of registering for PVCs. I can tell you two things that boosted Nigerians to register for their PVC and got prepared for the election. Number one is the new Electoral Act. Number two is the emergence of Peter Obi in Labour Party. These are the two critical things that made Nigerians sometime last year to prepare to vote. Because the new Electoral Act made it clear that the election at the polling unit, when you cast your vote, the beavers will accredit you, you get accredited, you wait, get the ballot papers, go cast your vote, wait. After the casting of the votes, it will be counted. It will be written down in the result sheet. And the beavers will capture it and upload it right there.
And it will be signed by the whole
And it will be signed by all the political agents, yes. Now, the national chairman of INEC has re-echoed this over and over. One of the officers, Festus Okoye, I remember one of the last time I came to your show, the next person you interviewed was Festus Okoye. I could vividly remember that my last appearance in your show, he was the next person you interviewed. Yes. And in that same interview, he re-echoed that election will be transmitted at the polling unit. Now, these are the promises that INEC made.
So what are your party challenging in this election?
What we are challenging is the process that produced who they announced that is the winner. Is the process. We don't have problem. Listen, what people don't understand is that we don't have problem with the winner, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We do not have problem with him. If the process was clearly fair enough and Tinubu wins, I personally will congratulate him. But in a situation whereby you changed the goalpost in the middle of the game, that is robbery, that is fraud. It's totally unacceptable. No way in the world that We're all prepared to go to the pitch to play the ball. Every team is ready. We prepared. And then, inside the pitch, the referee suddenly moved the goalpost and changed it right in the middle of the game. That is an obvious fraud. Whoever that wins cannot be called a winner because something happened on the process. Now, in that election, the Beavers worked to upload the National Assembly election, that of the House of Reps and Senate. That's why you see people that we can call a nobody's won election. It has never happened in this country. There is a news of Okada driver in Okada rider in Kaduna, one House of Reps. A bus driver in Enugu, one House of Reps. Because the Beaver worked. People's vote counted. But why suddenly, for the presidential election, the Beaver couldn't work to upload the result? Something is fishy somewhere. Can we be realistic sometimes?
Okay, of course, last Thursday, your presidential candidate, Peter Obi, in a press conference said he was heading to court and that he has overwhelming evidences to show that he was rigged out of that election. Are you privy to these evidences, and what do you think the chances of your party are when it gets to court?
I think we're going to court. And the evidence is meant for the court. It's not for the media anyway. So when we get to the court, we'll present our evidences because we know that we won the election. Or else, they should cancel what they announced because what they announced does not in any way reflect what people casted that day. The only way to remedy the situation is say that they cancel the election and have a new election, or they give the appropriate person that won the election his mandate.
Okay, something symbolic happened in the last election that took place on Saturday. For the very first time in the history of Nigeria, Nigerians came out en masse to vote. And most of these Nigerians were majorly the youths, because INEC promised a technology that would make it somewhat impossible to corrupt the process. And now that is why the youths came out en masse.
Sure.
The security agencies also promised that there will be a tight security on that election day. But you and I are also privy to the overwhelming violence that took place in that election day. And now, with this level of violence, and of course, what played out that allegedly some people are saying that INEC rigged the election, does it mean that the system has yet again failed Nigerians? And will it affect the upcoming governorship and state house assembly elections that are coming and other elections in Nigeria?
Okay. Let me start by telling you that the same youth that got prepared to vote, most of them are, for the first time, they are casting the vote. Yeah. They are disappointed. Because even INEC data shows that the number of registration increased. It used to be somewhere in 70-something million, but it increased to 90 million. I mean, number of registered voters. Yes. I think number of collected PVCs is about 60 million thereabout. Now, the question that is desperately asking for answers is that how come you have close to 60 million PVC collected, and yet what they presented as the total votes casted is about 23 million? Where is about 30-something million? Something is not right somewhere. Now, you disenfranchise the youths. It's either you disenfranchise them not to vote, because if you say that you have 60 million collected PVCs, and then you're announcing total casted votes, 23 million thereabout, 22 million, that means you have disenfranchised the Nigerian youths that collected their PVCs. Now, what happened on Saturday? Like you said, security agencies promised that there were going to be peaceful atmosphere. There are too many promises that none was kept. You all saw the violence that happened in Lagos. People were brutalized. Thugs took over the whole process. Police aided them to do whatever they want to do. And yet, they went ahead and announced the result. For me, it will take a bit while, or a long while, to convince Nigerian youths again. Because it appears that the promises to encourage them. I remember during the NSAS, I remember then the leaders told the youths that no, leave the streets instead of protesting on the streets. Wait 2023, channel this energy to change the leaders. And they left the streets, got prepared for 2023, got registered, got their PVCs, came out to vote, and then you robbed them in broad daylight and announced someone else. And you want them to have faith in the system again? You want them to come out and vote again? Even coming to 2 weeks, barely a week from now for the governorship and House of Assembly election, I bet you will have a very poor turnout because people are angry. Nigerians are not happy. You announce a new president and it appears Nigerians are mourning. Something is wrong somewhere. Something is absolutely wrong somewhere.
Okay, finally, let's move away from the technology and some of the issues that were seen during the election. Let's talk about some wins in the positive aspect. You are from the Southeast, and when you look at the statistics of votes coming from the Southeast, this election showed that people of the Southeast, there seems to be a consciousness, a reawakening to buy into the electioneering process, and we had a huge turnout in the Southeast. Is it not something to be grateful for?
What happened in the Southeast is something I could tag as when you have a good product to market. The Southeast eventually produced a very marketable product to Nigerians, to the rest of Nigerians. And we all reached out. We built synergies. We built alliances with other regions. We built bridges to have this good market being bought, and they bought into it. Now, if you're the one selling this very wonderful product, you will make sure that you come out on that marketing day to give every strategy you need to make sure that that product is being sold to Nigerians. And that's why you see the huge turnout, because we produced the best and they came out to give their support to that person they produced to the rest of Nigerians.
Well, Honorable, let me thank you for coming for the program.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. God bless you.